Hi, I'm Doug Pat, and this is How to Architect. Architects have always made architecture the same way. They're inspired, have ideas, and create buildings. To describe this process, I'd like to begin with a clear and obvious example, the medieval cathedral. Here, the Bible inspired much of the architecture. A favorite plan form of the medieval church was the cross. Many times these buildings had three entrances and were organized with two aisles flanking a nave. The church holds the number 3 as sacred. Cathedrals were made of stone, and their forms pointed toward the heavens. Their material choice was clearly a functional convention and a statement about the lasting nature of God. A favorite shape in windows, carvings, and forms was the circle. For the church, the circle is a symbol of life, infinity, omniscience, and perfection. When a visitor arrives, they enter the front of the church and move toward the altar, a reference to man's pilgrimage toward God. The medieval church was titanic, as was the entrance, which echoed the gates of heaven. Once inside, a colonnade forms the aisles of the church, and the distance from the ground to the ceiling was vast. The repetitive columns an allusion to life's journey, and the vaulted ceiling, heaven's majesty. The interior decoration echoes this theme, filled with paintings, sculpture, and stained glass of biblical stories. As time passed and construction evolved, churches became more skeletal to accommodate more light, just as man's life journey is to do the same. Today, the church is organized for assembly. The medieval church was arranged the same way, to accommodate large groups. This interaction was vital to achieve the goals of the church: communal teaching, fellowship, and prayer. The semicircular apse at the end of some cathedrals projects the speaker's voice forward, a metaphor for the visitor as he goes forth to evangelize. The congregation acts out the same scene every week in churches across the globe, just like the scene described in the New Testament when Christ's followers gathered around him to hear the Sermon on the Mount. Good architecture embodies ideas, just like the medieval church embodied its Genesis. I'm Doug Pat. We'll see you next time.